a college, or find like fairs, university workshop, recruiters, so that you can actually know more about the school that you have in mind. You need to contact people who are currently in the school, and then they give you more details on like the funding. And like Barikisi already mentioned, there are some people from Opokuwari who are currently in Michigan State University. So when you get to the step where you have to contact, those people are the first set of people you might want to contact to know how they got in, so you can actually follow suit. And then you need to contact faculty members from the school to know if, as an international student, the kind of funding that are available for you. Okay, so I also have a YouTube channel where I talk about scholarships, and I talk about scholarships, everything scholarship, and all the academic resources that you might need. And one of my most recent videos talked about STEM scholarship for young girls that are currently located in Ghana and the whole of the African continent. So you might want to check that out on Miramos on YouTube. Okay, so now in Ghana, there are several different courses that are offered, right? So people would fall into one of these categories. Either you are in general science, general arts, business, home economics, visual arts, agriculture, or technical studies, right? So in terms of how to sell courses that are available for you, right? The previous speaker, I believe the PhD candidate, Adams, Madam Adams, talked about how to know what aggregates qualifies you for a specific program. And I would say similarly to here in the US or elsewhere outside of Ghana, you need to know what your course of study in high school qualifies you for, okay? So the potential elective that you're currently doing as a general arts student is chemistry, physics, elective math, elective ICT, biology, and geography, pretty much the STEM field, right? And so with the STEM field, you're automatically open to applying into STEM programs. By the way, STEM is an acronym for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So there are exclusive scholarships that are there for STEM students as well. Myself, I'm a STEM student. I'm currently in New York University, a PhD candidate here studying chemistry. So there are specific scholarships that are available for people who are doing science. So these scholarships might not be the same for people who are doing general arts. These scholarships might also not be available for people who are doing business, etc., right? So there are certain perks that come with you being a science student, and you need to do well. Barikis already mentioned the resources that you need to go on to get scholarships for specifics, right? Okay, so for general arts, your electives include literature, economics, geography, history, ICT, some form of government, religious studies, and French, right? So these kind of are the courses that are, or programs that you most likely would want to venture into when you are searching for a program of study, okay? So rarely would you find somebody who did general arts completely switching to chemistry for an undergrad, because the prerequisites, which are the programs that you need to have already studied, is not going to match, okay? So you need to be sure that when you have your courses and you know which category you fall into, you are able to successfully look for programs that are going to match your profile, okay? And the next category of students here will be the business students, right? So the business students typically offer like accounting, cost accounting, management, economics, again, arts, elective ICT, I'm sorry. So it's like with these programs, these are the kind of courses or desired programs that you should be focusing on, and not like something that is deviating from it, because you might want to switch. But then with a business background, these are the range of courses and more, by the way. These are the range of courses and more that you want to focus on, right? So the home economics guys are more of food, arts, textiles, economics, biology, management and living, languages, and French, and all of those things. So it's like you need to make sure that you know what practical career applications are for your courses, and know what kind of program you want to go with these courses that are being offered, right? For the visual arts, the same thing. So you have more like visual arts in terms of like handwork, leatherwork, sculpture, ceramics. And again, there are specific programs that are tailored to these courses. So you really want to make sure that you find a program that is well suited for your program of study. Okay, because one of the and then like Muntari himself, Musa Muntari, he's doing agriculture. So with the agriculture guys, you need to go into programs that are like agricultural related. Okay, I know there are a couple of programs out there for people who are into agriculture as well, and best believe you can actually come to the US or go elsewhere abroad to study agriculture and make good living out of it too. Okay, for the technical guys in terms of building construction, landscaping, urban planning, real estate development, and all of those stuff, we still have programs like that. So it's like there's a vast majority of programs that you might want to venture into. It's not just like the regular programs that you know, there are so many programs out there. If only you can tailor these programs to your courses of interest, right? So the very first step is to search for the schools that are offering your program of study. The very first or the prime or the most important app out there or platform out there for you to get schools that are going to be tailored to you is the Common App. The Common App or Common Application, as is well known, is an undergrad college admission application that applicants use to get colleges and universities in all of the US as well as in Canada, China, and some of the European countries as well. So you necessarily don't have to, focus only on the US. With the Common App, the platform encourages you to put in those courses of choice that I already mentioned in the previous slide, and it tailors down schools that offer these programs. Okay, so if for instance you are a business student and you want to do economics, or you want to do marketing, or you want to do accounting, and you put in these courses in the Common App, it's able to streamline the schools that are most likely going to offer these programs, right? And the link to the Common App, you can just go to Google straight up and type Common App. That's COMMON APP, and you would get to log in or create an account and then start from there. So pretty much the Common App, when you click on the Common App website, this is the first landing page. It has a video that shows you how to navigate the program. And then with the Common App, you are able to gather your materials, you are able to create your account, you are able to add colleges, you are able to find other people who are like you, first year students that are also trying to do an undergraduate program. You are able to understand the requirements, right? You are able to also plan essays, and eventually when you submit your application via the Common App, it takes it directly to all the schools you've applied to, which is a very cool feature, I would say, because it doesn't make you struggle to find each application for all the schools. You have a platform where all the schools you've applied to are listed, and you are able to send applications to all of the schools, right? So now in preparation, I would say it's very, very crucial that you gather your documents and you have somebody review them carefully for you. As Musa Muntari already mentioned, we have we at the Ghana Muslim Professionals Abroad have professionals as well as graduate students who in as part of volunteering are able to, when you reach out to us via our email, which is the Ghana Muslim Professionals Abroad at gmail.com, or you can actually reach out to me on Mira Moves, or you reach out to Musa, or you reach out to Barikisu, you are able to look through your documents carefully and help you or guide you through these processes, right? So in an overview of your application is to have certain requirements, which include a completed application form. You need to have your high school transcript, and mind you, your high school transcript is completely different from your WASI result, right? So you need to have that transcript from your high school, whichever high school you are in right now. You should have a transcript ready from the high school that has showed all the courses you've done from your SS1 up to the end of your SS3, right? SHS 3. So you should have your SHS 1 courses, your SHS 2 courses, your SHS 3 courses, because they need to be able to tell that you've gone through certain courses, and then it's kind of like gives you a good like a prerequisite for the program that you're actually supposed to get. And also your English language proficiency. Right now, Ghana has most likely been excluded from providing any English language proficiency. Sorry, because we are an English speaking country. Your recommendation letters, most likely because you're applying for a school, you need to make sure you are having good rapport with your madam in school, your course representative, your headmistress, your sports your head of sports, or somebody in your school who can actually put out a good word for you, right? And then you have to get a personal essay. In this point, it's a personal essay because no, they necessarily don't want to like have you write a lot, which is like your statement of purpose. So you should have a personal essay, and typically you should have proof of financial support as well from your guardians or from your parents. So I believe I already touched about transcripts. You need to talk about getting your original transcript from your school stamped, right? And you need to get your recommendation letters, people who know you very well, academically, actually, people who can actually vouch for your qualifications, your character, your potential, and your statement of purpose. In this case, I'll say your personal essay. The first speaker spoke about having this program that you are currently attending on your document as partaking in this program. One thing people want to see when they are looking at applications, especially here in the US, is the fact that you are well-rounded, right? So your personal essay should show that you are well-rounded. Not only do you know you have A's in your courses, but you are able to navigate life successfully. So you should write this program currently that you are attending as part of your personal essay. You should be able to say you were part of this program that started you were part of the competition. Even if you weren't part of the competition, at least you were part of the program. You listened, you gained this from the program, you gained that from the program, and your ability to actually write all these extracurricular things that you've achieved makes your application go strong. It makes you a very, very good candidate for these applications. Financial support as well. Well, for the financial support, very rarely, very, very rarely would you get an undergraduate program that would completely fund your education. Very, very rarely as an international student. So you should be ready to um, get scholarship from the university, and you should be ready based off of the scholarship that you have to support yourself subsequently. Okay, you should be able to support yourself subsequently, such as like you should have like a bank statement ready. You should have other scholarships if possible, if the school permits you to get other scholarships from other places to top up to the scholarship that they are giving you. All good, right? So all the gist here is that you should have your financial support ready, so when you eventually want to get a visa, you are not you are kind of like not prevented from getting across that stage, right? So pretty much get your financial support ready in terms of like scholarships, in terms of personal finances, in terms of um financial support from family, from your guardian, from your parents, or whoever is going to be supporting you financially. Okay, so one of the key things that people fail to do is to check their application accurately and thoroughly. It could be really, really stressful, and it could be really easy at the same time. That's why I completely recommend the Common app, because the Common app gives you checklists that you need to fill or that you need to fulfill before you finish and submit. So if you, for instance, are missing a personal statement, it's going to prompt you that, hey, you're about to submit this, but you don't have a personal statement. You need to have a personal statement. Or if you don't have certain documents, it makes you organized that and let you know that, hey, these documents that you're about to submit is incomplete, you want to go ahead and submit it, right? So that is why you need to be sure that you are completely and thoroughly organized in your application preparation, right? Also, you should be ready to pay an application fee. Again, in the Common App, you are able to filter off schools that request for an application fee and filter off those that don't request for an application fee as an international student. One thing you need to know is, as an international student, you are not privileged to opportunities like the local students who are born in the US or Canada or Europe or elsewhere. So the ability to pay, it could be 90, it could range from $25 all the way to $90, and you should be able to filter off if you want to pay for this application fee or not, and then apply to the ones that are best suited to you. And this is the most interesting part. After submitting your application, you need to keep track of any additional documents that you might be requested for, that might be requested of you, and the waiting game begins, right? So one thing I realized, because I myself finished from the University of Cape Coast in Ghana, a lot of us don't check our emails, right? If you know you don't want to check your emails or you don't have notifications for your emails, make sure to regularly check the application portal, because they are not going to keep reminding you that, hey, we accepted you. It's going to be your job to keep checking regularly for notifications, or just keep logging into the application portal to see what their response is, okay? So in conclusion, well, we've come to the end of this program and this presentation of the part of the program, and I really hope that this information provided you like clear understanding of the application process. And one thing you should take note of is to remember to stay organized, be thorough, and be proactive throughout your application journey. And I really wish you the best in your international undergraduate application. Like I already mentioned, other resources that you can check out would be my channel, Miriam Moves, and you can also find me on LinkedIn if you're on LinkedIn, or send me an email, miriammoves10@gmail.com. Also reach out to Barikisu Isaka. She has a YouTube channel called Grad School Cafe. Be sure to click on that on YouTube as well. And she has a LinkedIn as well, Grad School Cafe, Barikisu Isaka. Musa doesn't really post much on his LinkedIn, but if you're looking for like application and educational resources, you can reach out to me or reach out to Barikisu. And I believe that's the end of my slide. Thank you.